to your live watch-along of Chelsea versus Manchester City in the Premier League. Let's go and let's get the 3 points today. Up the Chelsea! Get free, wherever you may be. We are famous CFC. We are famous CFC. Get free, wherever you may be. We are famous CFC. We are famous CFC. We're Chelsea, hey! Take for the Chelsea, for the Chelsea, for the Chelsea all the way.
Taylor is the referee. And before the game, taking the knee. Still the symbol of united support from within football against discrimination, abuse and racism.
Chelsea till I die! I'm Chelsea till I die! I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm Chelsea till I die!
Looks like he's only got one. 5-1-4.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about that. Who would be in central midfield with Rodri? We'll find out after this important gesture. Week in, week out. The message has been true and constant and vital.
Come on, Chelsea!
For both clubs, but Chelsea, they need points too. They will want to go to the Champions League final with the insurance of a top 4 finish. It'll be in next season's Champions League.
Chelsea all the way! Chelsea all the way! Oh, you'll believe us, now you'll believe us. Now you're gonna believe us! We're Chelsea all the way! We're Chelsea all the way! Chelsea all the way! Now you'll believe us, now you'll believe us, now you'll believe us! We're Chelsea all the way!
Confused with the Torres that you squealed about in the Champions League semi-final. Chelsea, we call it written in the stars in 2012.
Yep, the icon. The iconic moment of Fernando Torres.
2 wins, team that's never been in the final before, 9th English club to reach the conclusion of the elite European competition.
There were 2 outstanding performances in midweek. Really were.
Come on, Chelsea!
I just feel that not too much time to prepare for this one, certainly for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel, interestingly, did say that he sensed fatigue in the Manchester City ranks during, maybe even before, the semi-final win at Wembley last
Come on, Chelsea!
Determined he wouldn't bring a team here that would have the same travel fatigue and results of a outstanding, although they were at home in midweek, still took a considerable effort. Timo Werner through the middle, who got a goal. He's 2 in his last 4 now, looking more like the player that was signed. It's he who set up CH for the winner at Wembley. Edison with a masterful long pass to open the scoring, to help open the scoring against PSG. Here's Sterling. The pitch that night was covered in hailstones, in its pristine condition. Actually, the best weather of the day as the evening approaches. Been a lot of rain in Manchester, particularly in the Salford area. Still got the mask on. There's an injury in Madrid in the first leg of the semi-final. Tony Rudiger. One thing he has been able to do, a bit like Harry Maguire does for Manchester United, gallops forward down the left-hand side from a defensive berth. With a lot of energy. That Chelsea were far too energetic for the serial winners of the past, Real Madrid, and Manchester City were absolutely superb.
So how's everyone?
Away and at home. Against last season's finalists, Tuchel's last season's finalists, PSG.
I thought it was really good about the Chelsea performances. The more chances they missed, the more you thought they were going to get a sucker punch, but actually they just kept going and really did beat Madrid well. City were fantastic against Saint-Germain.
It's Ruben Diaz who epitomised that defensive spirit. Well, he might well attack.
Come on, boys!
Sorry, he's had a look at Aguero. He might go for goal.
Way!
And the challenge from Rudiger.
There's so much space. It's a channel ball that should be really dealt with by Christensen, but he doesn't.
So how's everyone? Everyone doing well on this fine?
Aguero was marked by Reece James. He goes for the shot. He's off balance in the end. He just gets a little bit of a nudge just at the last second there.
Hi everyone, how are you all doing on this fine day?
Jesus. Raheem Sterling is due a goal. He hasn't scored in his last 12 matches in all competitions. Been in the best of form. Chance to remind Pep Guardiola what he's capable of here.
Come on, Chelsea!
The fellow out there who's done it before, actually, playing with him, number 10. Ake hasn't had much luck with injuries since signing from Bournemouth. Came to English football as a youngster with Chelsea. Rodri. John Stones incident, he's still suspended.
Come on, boys!
Ruben Diaz.
Well, as he is playing in his own Rodri, it just means that Jesus or Sterling or Torres have to go in there just to play in those positions that we've seen Bernardo Silva or De Bruyne play in the past.
Chelsea pressing high. Rudiger very high, very brusque. Free kick.
You just need to play well. That's all Chelsea need to do is play out from the back, play a bit of passion, and go for it.
Extraordinary impact. I said to you before, Gary, what he's done, he's kept all the plates spinning, hasn't he, in terms of all the different players.
Yes.
We've all had a taste of it. Probably the least of all, it's the one that he gets asked about all the time, Tammy Abraham, who is a sub today.
I think it's a season for the...
So if you guys want to put any questions down in the chat.
It feels like there's been a game every midweek that the squad has been used for every club, particularly the ones in Europe. So there's enough football to go around.
Rodri. Laporte. In the record books as a scorer of a cup-winning goal in the Carabao Cup against Tottenham. Keep coming forward. Reece James, his return allowing Azpilicueta to play where he's probably more comfortable on the right side of that back three.
Come on, boys.
Pulisic away with a along the ball. They did get in behind at Wembley. I keep referring to a game that's history now, but the high line of Manchester City is very high at the moment. It's something that Chelsea really exploited. Chance to do that here, but the deflection helps Laporte. Here's Ake. And now Rodri. Still.
That's what I think I have to admire most about the modern defenders. Let this attack play out.
Be a wise thing to do. The shot from Jesus and the Mendy follow-up.
So we just got to go for it.
What I admire most about the top teams defenders nowadays is that there's no doubt it's more difficult for them in terms of the tackling, but they push right up the pitch, and even if they get done in behind, they continue to push up the pitch. They don't change. Whereas I think 15, 20 years ago, if someone ran in behind you, naturally you just move back 5 or 10 yards and say, look, let them have it into feet. They don't do that. They're really aggressive. Look at them.
Nice. You can't get much higher than that. But Chelsea haven't been able to get enough controlled possession to see whether it's too high. See Alonso looking maybe to drop it over the top. It wasn't deep enough. Trying to get there.
Just going to go and get my tea, folks. Be back in a minute. Come on, boy.
It was City's throw, despite Alonso's attempt to try and Werner going forward. Diaz and Laporte were an uncomfortable pair in the middle of a back four.
You just look at those two and think it looks perfect on paper. Both of them young, one left foot, one right foot, balance perfect. It's just not quite worked as well as the Stones-Diaz partnership.
I guess that's one reason why Ake is in here. Pep Guardiola telling Jeff Shreves before the game that it's very important to keep everybody involved. You can understand that. I've just said the same about Tuchel, really. Joao Cancelo. And Torres, who's got into double figures in his first season with Manchester City. Lead up by James with the help of Aspilicueta, with the help of Mendy. That's Edouard Mendy. Pep Guardiola stressing that he wants to get the league buttoned up as quickly as possible. Should they fail to win today, then Manchester United have 3 games before City play again, of which they have to win all 3 of them in a very short space of time to keep the title race alive, such as it is. And then next Friday, City play again at Newcastle, a game you can watch with us. Conte, the ground where they have won the league before, in 1968. Christensen. Back in the middle of the back 3 with Thiago Silva getting a rest today. Pulisic. Pursued with vigor by Rodri.
I am back, folks. Hello. Are you?
Missed a chunk of the season through injury. It's highly regarded. It's the academy. Very good breeding ground. Here goes N'Golo Conte.
So how is everyone?
Against Real Madrid on Wednesday. Ake across on the stretch. Applause from Thomas Tuchel down beneath us.
It's not unusual, I think, since Pep Guardiola's come to Manchester City. Look at Ferran Torres and Ake. The first season's maybe a little bit slower till they get used to the system and the way of playing, and then they seem to excel and get better in that second season.
So come on, boys!
That's very quick. And Rudiger, chance to go forward. He used the ball, he used it very well. Stumbled by Joao Cancelo.
Come on, Chelsea.
Rodri. Ake. They could play in midfield, but has been put in the back 3. And a challenge on the retreat.
Well done, ref.
By Raheem Sterling. It's got a yellow card. VAR is having a look to see if it's more serious than that.
Well, it happens sometimes.
Oh! That is dirty! That is dirty, Raheem!
Right,
That is dirty!
Top on Timo Werner. I think that it's a good job that he actually is already in the air, the Chelsea striker, because I think if he had that foot on the ground, it would have looked a lot worse. Forward tackling back.
The VAR confirmation that it's just a yellow card.
Oh, everyone, if you guys want to put anything in the chat, I'll happily answer all your questions when I can.
Free kicks from this kind of position. Probably slightly wide for him, but Edison taking up a reasonably central position.
Come on, Chelsea.
And,
It is Alonso and Reece James to take the corner to take the free kick for Chelsea. Who is it going to be, Reece James or is it going to be Marcos Alonso? It's going to be Reece James.
Who takes it.
Ah! Go on, Alonso. Alonso to James. Now it's to Kante. Kante's gone long towards Werner. Werner to Ziyech. Ziyech towards Pulisic.
Pulisic was set for the volley, and Ake got there first. Chelsea just beginning to show a little bit more. Got themselves through the early minutes without too many scares, but were economical in their play. Christensen.
Just think the way City are playing gives Chelsea a real chance to get hold of the ball. It's only Rodri really in that midfield area that can win it back. You can see in there, Ake's getting dragged in, and they're all.
Come on, Chelsea! Go on!
Here's James.
Reece!
Burning by the near post.
Oh, okay.
Played by Edison. Chelsea upping the game. It is a very different system. It's just causing City more problems than Chelsea at the moment. Here's James.
So how did it work?
Chelsea will go third with a win. The results have gone for them recently. Leicester losing at home to Newcastle. And Tottenham being beaten at Leeds. Those around them. West Ham have a big game tomorrow, which we've got for you against Everton. They're still in the mix. Torres. Cancelo. Now Rodri. Mendy. Jesus out on the left. Often that he and Aguero start together. They're certainly not playing as an outlet.
Chelsea now, Man City now.
Here. As the ball doesn't go forward to them as front twos like. Quicker.
Chelsea are playing really well. Man City are playing really well. I could see a 0-0 being at the end of this game, folks. This looks like it's got a 0-0 written all over it.
Certainly Manchester City. Sorry to see the back of him. Supporters, the club have obviously made their decision. Here's Mendy making his decision. Back to Rodri, who's going to have a pop. And gets a corner.
He hit it well. Aspilicueta didn't take the chance of leaving it and trusted his goalkeeper. He got something on it. He was probably a little nervous. He looked behind him to make sure that he didn't deflect it.
Come on, Chelsea! If you guys like the stream, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, subscribe, with the bell notification as well.
Rodri, Aston Villa, Laporte to win the Carabao Cup.
They haven't got the biggest team, although today actually is probably one of the biggest they've had. It's just the movement and the delivery.
Yeah, okay, it's good in the air. It's given us a goal kick. One or two City players were thinking that it was not one of theirs who had the last touch.
Once that delivery is as good as that,
it was two of theirs that had the touch.
He was in with a real chance. Wicked.
And Laporte going for the same ball. Here's Werner. This is what Chelsea want to do. Use their pace. Oh, and coming onto it was Gilmour, and it comes out as the extra whistle's gone, and it's gone in City's favour.
Just the way City are playing means that they've obviously got a massive attacking threat, but it gives Chelsea a chance. Plenty of space. Just well Mendy to leave.
Come on, boys, we need to get a goal at some stage.
Ended with Gabriel Jesus being fouled in his own half, but of course Anthony Taylor was the referee who gave the penalty against him. And he tracked back, and 30 seconds into the Manchester derby, cost his team. Chelsea's free kick this time. Aspilicueta. Now Christensen.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing on this fine day?
Both teams are probably stronger in the attacking sense. Certainly Chelsea will fancy their chances against this reshaped Manchester City side. And City, as you've mentioned, Gary, have got a lot of attackers in their lineup.
I'm doing well, just got to go for it.
It's pretty difficult, and scoring against Manchester City equally so.
So how is everyone? Everyone enjoying the stream?
Two very talented coaches, one embedded into English football, one learning about it, but showing that he's a very good student. Jesus, back to Joao Cancelo. Sterling, give and go with Aguero.
Wow.
Keep it. Trying to chase back. Ziyech, off goes Werner. And it's gone. Flag has stayed down as it should do.
Go on.
Might well go up if Chelsea make anything from this, but here's Ziyech, hasn't gone up yet.
Oh, we're going backwards.
Alonso.
God's sake.
It's past the time now when an offside would be called back.
I'm not sure he was offside. It was one of those ones where the defender runs out and Werner's running forward. It happens so quickly. I think it's the ones that are so difficult for the assistant referees. Just steps up late, maybe just.
The play went on, and it's ended up with a Chelsea free kick.
So how is everyone?
Andreas Christensen in the mix. 125 Chelsea games, no goals. This be the time. Rudiger to make a late run, Alonso as well.
Control!
Okay. Pulisic. Deep Aguero had to be. And wins a free kick. Well, no better way to go out really with a 5th Premier League medal and the chance of a Champions League medal as well.
Incredible player for so long at City.
Laporte. Ake. James trying to win it back. Here's Laporte. Now Ruben Diaz, Ferran Torres ahead of him. Jesus coming short, no one running in behind. And he's on the move now. Well, Conte won it back, but bring it straight back to City. Ruben Diaz. And again, pointing for it, far post, but he slipped. And he's in there. Scored a great goal down at Crystal Palace recently. Just a reminder that he still has plenty to offer. There are no shortage of clubs looking for his services. Top clubs, Barcelona leading the way, we're led to believe. Goal today, and he would equal Wayne Rooney's tally with one club. A chance from this. Another corner.
Alonso didn't see it till late. His delivery is giving a real problem to Chelsea. They're all crammed into that near post area. He's firing it in there.
Wasn't going to fire that one, but Anthony Taylor saw there was a second ball on the pitch. And the corner can be taken. It is fired in, and Mendy makes Walker catch look easy. Rolls it out. He actually gets over from Conte, looks for Werner.
Just went and brushed my teeth, guys. Just went and did some mouthwash and so forth. I needed to do that. Right. How is everyone?
Mendy again.
Can't wait to see what you guys want to put in the chat. Start a bit of conversation.
It's proving a bit difficult for Manchester City.
It is. Now I saw Cancelo right wing back. I thought he'd play there, maybe as a defensive player, but I thought he might go into.
But how is everyone? Everyone enjoying the chat?
Into a position that an ordinary wing back would do. Just means that he's on his own, Rodri, and there's no connection past him. It's unusual for Pep because he normally floods that midfield.
Well, you use the quotes. 10 midfield players as his ideal team. Probably 11 really. Edison's pretty good on the ball. "25 minutes gone. Two Champions League finalists on a big day in the Premier League. Have a look, 0-0. Rodri. From behind by Werner. Chelsea were the first English club to be invited into the fledgling European Cup in the mid-1950s. They turned it down.
So if any of you guys want to join,
It's left to Manchester United to take up the invitation.
the Discord server, it will be pinned up top for you guys.
Okay. Sterling.
Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. Put your questions down in the chat.
Thought he was.
Folks, put your questions in the chat.
Alonso. Now Gilmore. To Marcus Alonso again. One of the attacking, counter-attacking skills of Chelsea has been Ben Chilwell, but Alonso not quite at the same ilk. And of course, any injury now is a great concern to the player who's hurt, with 2 cup finals to come.
Yeah, Laporte was never going to go back in his box, and he couldn't tackle, so he had to tackle at that point there. He just stands on his foot. Just gets a good touch on the ball first.
Come on, Chelsea!
And he's going to run it off. Alonso. Ziyech was offside. Chelsea do have a plus record in this fixture in the Premier League, 12 wins to 9, but City have won 8 of the last 11 and all of the last 3 in the Premier League and to today's opposition.
Well, we were at Stamford Bridge, Martin, were we, in that game where I feel like it was the turning point of the season for City. They came alive. Certainly they weren't the best before that. It felt like Pep fell in love with his team again, and they were born.
There's a few stories come out about players' meetings prior to that.
Yeah.
Getting the mood back. Fernandinho's been given a lot of credit as a senior player.
So how is everyone? Everyone enjoying the stream?
Call for higher standards. The standards had slipped. In the first half of the season, there was a lot of griping about, oh, we didn't get much rest in the summer. For them, they do it today. We'll be able to pay tribute to it, but that's been an amazing since that January game when they got 3 goals in quick succession and ripped Chelsea apart, and Frank Lampard in the end paid a bit of a heavy price for that. It's City have just gone on and on and on since then.
De Bruyne the centre forward that day, was it?
He has been a few times now,
Yeah.
hasn't he? Not involved today. Here's Chelsea's front man, Timo Werner. Pulisic, Alonso in the middle.
Oh!
Little dummy might suit Werner, it didn't quite.
Unlucky.
Back with N'Golo Conte. Ziyech playing the cross.
Unlucky, yeah, unlucky.
Good running by Gabriel Jesus, who gets a second bite at it, supported by Sterling. Aguero slightly disappointed. He had to chase out right when there was a chance to play him in goalwards.
You gotta play well today. Come on, Chelsea!
It looked like a man who's going, why have you made me run like that?
There's a sort of pass he might play so to give him a chance to get back in the box. I could see what Raheem Sterling was doing. He was trying to play it quickly to him so he could take it in his path so he could run in on goal. Just a couple of yards in front.
Now running in on goal is a different matter for Aguero.
Yeah.
No complaints about that, even now. Laporte. Mendy back to Ake. A number of these Manchester City players looking for a first Premier League winners' medal. Ake and Cancelo. Ruben Dias, of course. Gilmore. This high line is keeping Chelsea out of harm's way at the moment for Manchester City.
Yeah, I feel like they've got more encouragement than that graphic suggests. Not had a touch in the box, but there is something there for them in this game.
James thought there might be something there for him. Showed his pace. It's a header back by Aspilicueta. Mendy was going to wait for that to get into the penalty area. Gabriel Jesus was on him at pace. Gilmore. Ziyech. Conte running ahead of him, and the outside is Marcus Alonso. And the wing back. James is on the scene. Hard and low.
Yeah!
Is offside.
Oh, ref. Offside.
Give them a little bit of encouragement, but that City back line, Ruben Dias just gets caught on this side as he gets done on the overlap. As it comes out, they just get out quickly. Really good organisation from that City back line.
He didn't need VAR for that one.
No.
Diaz.
Come on, Chelsea!
Sterling. She'll get a run of his best form back before the European Championships. Not that long away now. Gilmore. Now this is the tighter one, and Werner's away. It's got Pulisic up.
Come on,
with it.
Werner!
Timo Werner for Chelsea, trying to use the defender as a screen, but there was not much bend on it, if any. It was rather
Unlucky,
a
Werner!
finale.
I thought he was offside this time. Yeah, he is. Still plenty of space for him though, if he can just hold that run.
That's the tactic. Chelsea, they
Ah.
got it in the second half at Wembley. Werner was the one who got away to tee up Hakim Ziyech for the only goal of the semi-final. Laporte. Now Diaz. Been a lot of attacking be fair, since that January game against Chelsea, the defending has been of a very high order. And that's 3 defeats and 46 appearances for Ruben Diaz. Some arrival in the English game. How good his teammates are.
Come on, Chelsea!
Pulisic. Gilmore. Pulisic again.
Come on, boys! Okay.
Given away by James. Now Cancelo. Aguero. On to Sterling. Chelsea got plenty back. Sterling runs into traffic and then has a go, which
Well done, Gante.
It wasn't what he had in mind as he cut in field, but
Not much, but hung out.
Yeah, it did. Just cuts in, a little bit scruffy in the end.
Did anything?
Hold of it. Forces Mendy to get down his near post.
as we want promise, not too much punch. Either of these top teams, they set the benchmark. Manchester City, Chelsea trying to reach that. Thought goes into every game from these intellectual coaches, if you like. It's very blunt and to the point about players.
So how is everyone?
You can either do it or you can't. Which, I think it's been a mantra ever since the game was invented.
It's true, but I think you can see that some players respond to coaches, to a system, to style of play, and obviously more importantly the belief that the manager puts in them.
Well, Cancelo. Squeeze it back to Diaz.
Come on, boys, come on, Chelsea!
Positions, and they've got so many little combinations through that midfield, but they just haven't got that today. They're having to go wide to come back in like this.
Away by Gabriel Jesus. Chelsea with confidence themselves. Rodri. Well, Cancelo. Away by Rudiger. Diaz. Now Sterling. Mendy outside him. Ahead of him. Behind him is Nathan Ake. Laporte. Totally being played at the moment in Chelsea territory. Mendy behind them for a cross that Christensen has to make sure he got good contact to. He's facing his own goal. It's another corner, and those earlier corners.
Another corner to Manchester City. Chelsea 0, Man City 0.
Rodri and Diaz. Both capable.
Hi Connor, how are you on this fine day?
Easily defended by Aspilicueta. Can move his back line up as well. A bit slow to come
Chelsea
with
look
them.
like it might be. I can only see a 0-0.
Hold on to the ball. The shape is better for his team. João Cancelo.
So far, Chelsea 0, Man City 0.
To João Cancelo again.
What, Chelsea?
Gabriel Jesus in there. Aguero was coming in behind him. The tallest.
I will say I can't be any proud of these boys today.
Finishing skills.
We're matching City toe for toe.
Explanation from me. Laporte. Ake. Spell of possession of the football from Manchester City.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream.
Laporte. Can it lead to a breakthrough? one step closer, very close to being confirmed as champions. Kill by Sterling. Mendy carried away with the cross.
The quality hasn't been good enough in the wide areas. An open play from both sides.
Come on, Chelsea! We need to start playing the way we are. We need to start playing with a bit of passion, a bit of heart. Keep going.
Champions League final. Women have done it as well. Congratulations to them. Emma Hayes, outstanding coach.
Yep, Chelsea have had their men's and women's team in the space of a week make a Champions European Cup final. And also, hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it, folks, for me doing it. But also, folks, I'm also going to be doing rugby live watch on the channel, Rugby League and Rugby Union.
City will be more comfortable. They like to be on the ball.
Well, if plan A for both teams is being kept under wraps, we were looking at a couple of plan C's here. Laporte. Still, the result is important. Celebration for City. Chelsea were to win, really coming up to third in the table. And the distractions of the two cup finals as well represent more consistency from Tuchel, and that's been a word you can really apply to their new head coach.
Come on, boys! So guys, put down your questions. I'm doing a Q&A during the stream.
Into the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Come on, Chelsea. Well done, ref.
I think it did. City's throw.
I thought it was ours. Oh, referee having a laugh.
Chelsea have kept 13 clean sheets in the last 17 games, 18 in the last 24. And for City, getting more of the ball is something, but getting a goal against the club from South West London is no easy feat. Liverpool against Southampton to follow. Very much that top four battle. Liverpool out of the frame at the moment, but certainly not out of contention. Manchester United go to Aston Villa tomorrow. And if City don't win today, that will be the next match in line, if you like, to see when the coronation can begin. And West Ham, having a wonderful season, were absolutely excellent at Burnley on Monday. If you watched our Monday night football coverage, did really well. David Moyes picked a very aggressive team to go and win a game that they had to win, and really delivered for him. Well worth another look at the Hammers tomorrow.
Come on, boys. We just need to play with a bit of passion, a bit of tuition. If we can get like a chance, I think we can go and do what we can do.
Sweeping it wide to
Chelsea are doing well, and we just got to keep going.
Captain of real character for Chelsea. James. Gilmore. Now Ziyech can line one up on his left foot.
Oh!
The goalkeeper.
Hakim.
As far as Marcus Alonso.
On Alonso.
Outside him, it goes back to
Rudiger have a crack.
Rudiger. Say to those up front, I want to pep it up a little bit, if I can use the word in the Chelsea contest.
Unlucky boys.
The first shot didn't have the power on it. Ziyech's shot could have done with the power of the second shot in by Rudiger, which was more wild.
More wild? Rudiger's like that, but sometimes it's on target, sometimes it's not.
Speculative.
Exercising concentration more than agility for the two goalkeepers.
We just got to keep going, keep the pressure moving, and get a goal. If we can at least... Oh!
Gabriel Jesus, Aguero, and Sterling took it from him and ends his barren run and puts
Yeah.
Chelsea behind and Manchester City a step closer to the title.
And Christensen injured himself in the process.
Christensen stays down, but he was caught. And Jesus looked as though he'd given an open goal to Aguero, but Sterling seized the chance.
That's a mistake in this channel. I have to say, Christensen really gets in towards the ball. It's one of those ones where I think he tries to half control it rather than just clear it, and you think, oh, Sergio Aguero, what have you done? But thankfully for him, Raheem Sterling's following up. Unselfish from Jesus. Poor touch from Aguero, but the numbers that City had forward in the end through Raheem Sterling in at the back post meant that the chance wasn't missed. It's a simple tap in the end. Past Mendy.
We're still waiting confirmation.
The goal might not be given, you don't know. We've seen weird stuff in games.
Regularly in double figures.
Christensen's done.
Just had
There's a little bit of me thinks that was a foul because I think he got pushed.
the harder he's tried, the worse it's become. But it's the way Sergio Aguero's probably stolen a few goals off teammates down the years.
He'll be fuming.
He will be fuming.
Just a little joke there between them, but Christensen's going to go off. The Chelsea medical team.
Sergio's not smiling at the joke, I don't think. Anyway, Christensen, they've lost a goal and they've lost a player, Chelsea.
So he doesn't look really good.
Earlier, the FA Cup final to come first, then the Champions League final. Not deemed a foul on the Dane.
It looked like a foul, like he was pushed.
Half-time beckoning, maybe they'll just wait, able to make the change. Christensen a bit sore mentally as well as physically. Here goes Gabriel Jesus again. Now Cancelo. Gabriel Jesus, similar.
Always a penalty.
It is a penalty.
I don't think.
Rather collapsed in these closing moments.
I don't think it was a penalty.
Being checked.
I don't think it was a penalty.
Of course.
Tuchel's going mad down below us. He thinks that he should have been able to get the substitute on. I thought it was a penalty.
That's that's harsh.
Gilmore.
That's harsh because Gilmore doesn't really hardly touch him.
I'm not sure what he can do. He can't get out of the way, but once a player goes across you in the box, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but there's nothing Gilmore can do.
He's fuming. Tuchel, he thinks that he should have been able to get Zuma on.
Yeah, I agree. That's the man. I agree. I still believe he should have been able to get a sub on.
Well, the penalty has been awarded. Tuchel's frustrations will count for nothing. And now Sergio Aguero, seconds after missing a gaping goal that cost Manchester City absolutely nothing, is going to be on penalty duty. He's had a mixed time from the spot down the years.
He likes that bottom corner.
He's scored 15 times in the past against Chelsea. And this to equal Wayne Rooney's 183 goals for Manchester United in the Premier League for one club. This will be 183 for Aguero for City. Oh,
Way!
they call a Panenka.
Try to be a cocky little thing.
Managers are going to go down the tunnel in high dudgeon.
Try to be a cocky little thing in there, Aguero.
He'll get away with it. I mean, Mendy, he goes and then just, thank you very much.
Well, what an extraordinary end to quite a passive first half. Aguero, who missed out on the chance.
Get some music on for you guys.
Now misses out on the penalty. Pep is livid. Aguero could have had two and has none, but City have one. And Raheem Sterling was the man.
Half time, Chelsea 1, Chelsea 0, Man City 1.
Of course, will confirm them as champions 2021. They lead Chelsea 1-0 at half-time.
Everyone tells me I can be what I want,
Be back in 5
but
minutes.
nobody realizes I'm falling apart. I try to believe, although my broken heart is weighing me down. I'm falling back to the start. So they say about my generation, waiting for the love and without hesitation. I try to believe, although my broken heart is weighing me down. I'm falling back to the start. Hands down, I'm not a Prince Charming. Think I'll never be learning. I may not prove to be the one for eyes, but give me time that I might prove alright.
Hello, Pradeep. How are you?
devastated.
No, but you've got to knock it in. Sterling's done great for him.
I know,
You should
yeah.
be thanking him. If they're having an argument about that, I'll be surprised. It's not been a great 5 minutes for your mate Sergio.
It wasn't a great 5 minutes. Look, this is the penalty incident, Jamie. It's not a hard challenge, but is it a penalty?
Yeah, just see it. Just Billy Gilmour tries to see. It's quite clumsy. It's difficult. Once you get into the box, you can't go near anybody.
And Chelsea were unhappy because they were trying to get a substitute on at the time, and then
the old Panenka, the Pastinka.
I was cringing in here. I thought I was just gonna slot it home.
But I like the look, Michael, that he looks over at the manager. When you're a naughty boy at school, and you look to the teacher. Watch what he does here. Is he makes it. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. Just finish it.
Devastation.
Yeah, he wasn't getting much of a reaction off Guardiola because he turned his back when he saw what happened. Look, it's not been a good couple of seasons for Manchester City in penalties. Their 9th miss since the start of last season. The 5 they missed last season was equaling a Premier League record, and that's 4 again this time around. Luckily, they scored plenty of goals from open play to more than make up for that. In terms of the way they've set up, Micah, I mean,
I'm still trying to find
an
out.
apology because we were saying no way they're going to start with 4 forwards, but it looks as though that's the way they're lining up.
Yeah, they have stuck with 4 forwards, which has been ridiculous. But Torres keeps coming inside to leave that space for Cancelo on the outside. But he's doing doggies. He's going to press the first one, and then when he's coming in and doing Cancelo, it's almost like they're trying to keep Cancelo and Alonso on that side, just a 1 versus 1 battle. So it's intriguing. But yeah, I was right, Kenny.
It's not been great. That was game over, 2-0. And right, that's a title. You could have taken those red
So how is everyone? So how is everyone? How on earth the referee or VAR referee not give that a foul on Christensen when it was a foul? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. God, Chelsea.
City on the brink of sealing the Premier League title. Last season's champions Liverpool have a chance to close in on the top four, but Southampton have already beaten them this season. Can they do it again? Kick off at 8:15. Lewis Hamilton is on pole for the 100th time for the Spanish Grand Prix. All the build up from 12:30 on Sky Sports F1 tomorrow.
Because it's Man City, they get away with anything.
Meanwhile, on the final lap to glory, they lead by a Raheem Sterling goal to nil at half-time, but it could have been even better. They're awarded a penalty by that foul by Billy Gilmore. Sergio Aguero, though, did this. Still, with a one-goal advantage, it might be a happier Pep Guardiola at full-time. Second half coming up.
Fillet of fish from a dish. Big Mac down a cul-de-sac.
So, we've got to play well. We've got to go for it in the second half and try as best we can. That's all we can ask for at the end of the day. But that's what you do.
Sergio Aguero then will have had half-time to gather his thoughts and compose himself after missing that Panenka penalty. For Chelsea, Jamie, they were trying to make a substitution. The bench was very unhappy about the fact they weren't able to. It looks like Zuma's coming on. How does that change things for them?
He'll just slip into that back three and keep it the same. Looks like he's gone into the middle of it and Rudiger on the left. There won't be a great deal of change. They like that system and it's working for them.
Big 45 minutes coming up. Micah, City on the brink.
Indeed. Can't wait.
Can't wait. And taking you through this game, Gary Neville and Martin Tyler.
Come on, boys!
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, we're ready to go. A first half that really burst into life towards its conclusion. And I'm not sure that Sergio Aguero counts his assists. Anyway, Zuma on for the unfortunate Christensen. We hope he's going to recover a little bit more quickly than the actual injury looked when it first happened. He's off, Zuma's on, and as Jamie read that wisely was saying, the system is still the same. Laporte. Here's Sterling. Counter. Close to each other. Captain and keeper then. Ake.
Come on, Chelsea!
City, who might have been an exaggeration to say put the game to bed with the second goal that didn't happen, but if they do get two in front, it will be tough for Chelsea, that's for sure. To stop the celebration at the final whistle, such as it will be. One of the things we should congratulate Manchester City for when they do win the title, whether it's today or not, is to win it in this strangest of seasons. No support in the ground,
Come on, Chelsea.
Still trying to get over the fact that they should be 2-0 up. Won't be open arms for Sergio if they don't win.
Intriguing to know what a great manager like Pep Guardiola says to a great player like Sergio Aguero for what happened in the last few minutes of the first half. Not much you can say, but it's gone beyond criticism, I would imagine.
I would imagine you heard Sir Alex Ferguson have a few strong words to great players in your dressing room at your time. May not happen quite so much these days. Bad luck, son. Slipped by Rodri. I don't think.
Come on, boys.
Here's Laporte. Now Ake. Through, he's come back to a piece of the action. 182 Premier League goals. Rudiger. Goalkeeper always gets a bit embarrassed when those Panenka penalties go in. It's named after a great player for Czechoslovakia. Did it in a crucial shootout to win the European Championship back in the 70s.
Oh, it's unlucky. Unlucky, Werner.
Plenty have tried since. We had another Lookman trying it for Fulham unsuccessfully in the Premier League this very season. Edison looking for Sterling. And score separates the two sides. Conte. Teams got ahead of him, but not at an angle where Conte can find him with the pass. Now Gilmour.
Keep playing, just keep playing, boys.
Rudiger. Zuma. Certainly he had a bit of power. I mentioned Christensen never scored for the club. Zuma scored 5 this season. Get some set pieces with his Timo Werner against Diaz.
Ah.
Trying to sneak it in, but the flag was up.
He's always on the edge, Werner. He's quick. City line just holding, catching him.
He's been very honest in his assessment of coming out of his comfort zone in Bundesliga into the Premier League. He needs to do more, work harder. All that kind of noises from the German international.
We just need to keep playing the way we are and just keep doing what we need to do.
Aymeric Laporte. Ake. Wilson talked to Chelsea. We're going to sign Ake back. Bournemouth, they had a first option on him at a certain point in his deal on the South Coast. We'll take it up. Must have been delighted when Manchester City stepped in. Rudiger. Off goes Werner.
That's a ball. That is a ball if you can get to it. That is a ball. That is a ball. Don't foul.
Gets across and studiously steers Manchester City out of that particular spot of bother. Sterling. For Aguero, be just like him after failure of golden chance to smash one in from there. Zuma. Sense a little bit more purpose from Chelsea at the start of the second half, and certainly
Go on, Reece.
play here. James Ziyech has a go.
Oh, look, he's the edge.
Catching practice for Edison in the end. It's 2-1. 2-1 to Chelsea. 2 goals. 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 sign of positivity from Tuchel's team.
A little bit better from Chelsea. First time we've seen Reece James get past Mendy. Didn't see too much of him in the first half.
One of the team that Gareth Southgate calls him up.
Well, Chelsea!
Lovely ball by for Aguero. Movement was good. And here's Sterling. We'll weave away into a shooting position here. That's what the Quetta said no, emphatically.
Oh, get up, man. Oh, Sterling, you bad.
Apology.
Oh, he doesn't accept it, so fuck you, Sterling. Fuck you, nonce.
It was good for Aspilicueta because he's in a dangerous position, just gets his body across. Raheem Sterling, just that little arm in the face.
He didn't even do anything.
Take him away.
How's the game going? It's going alright. Just Raheem Sterling went down like an absolute fanny. And now I'm not accepting the apology of Aspilicueta.
Short of 50
Just
Premier
because of
League goals.
accidentally getting him in the face and he didn't accept it. So
Good day to get it.
I would just love us to score just so we can just teach him a lesson because I hate him. I hate Sterling.
Taylor had a good look at that, so did his assistant. Saw nothing wrong. James.
Oh, Reece James! Oh, Reece James! Reece James! He's going on! He is going! Keeps going! And going! Holy moly, we got us! Oh! And yeah, Pulisic he gets out muscled at the first sign of chance.
Dispossessed by Roderick. Times where you feel a 1-0 lead, Manchester City could keep the ball for long enough to almost guarantee the win, but surely won't be the case against opposition who have more than reason in this match to leave a mark on Manchester City in the right way, of course. Port. Sterling. Enlivened by the goal. His Barron run is over. And even though he might have to keep apologising to Sergio Aguero, it's his. He did nothing wrong, to be honest. As we felt, he got Sergio out of a jam.
Yeah, I think Sergio Aguero was trying to say to him that I would have put it in. I'm not sure he would. I think it would have run away from him. Sterling arrived so quickly on the scene.
Pulisic.
He's going to side Werner. He's not got back on yet.
Just wonder whether Pulisic, who is quick, might have got himself then. He was rather distracted by Werner's position close to him.
Well, Werner's almost looking at Pulisic as if to say, why didn't you play me in? But he was always offside. Pulisic was right. There's so much space to run into. He has to do better, Timo Werner. He has to make sure that he just adjusts his run. I mean, Aguero's been one of the best, I think, it's 5 or 10 years. Just living on the edge of that offside and then just making sure he gets goals at the right time, the timing of the run. And there obviously is a lot younger, more learning to do.
It's not unusual for Chelsea to be involved in a match which could confirm the champions. Of course, they a couple of times recently themselves. With Eden Hazard 2015, Richie Batshuayi 2017, goals that brought the trophy to Stamford Bridge. Remember, Leicester's title was confirmed, and Chelsea drew with Leicester's closest rival Spurs in 2016. And last season, of course,
Come on, Chelsea!
Chelsea beating Manchester City. It sparked off the celebrations at Liverpool. It's penalised. City fans will be counting down the minutes, as Tuchel will, for a different reason. Happy with events in the first half.
Tuchel will be happy going out at half-time with his players that they weren't out of the game.
Yeah.
Relief of the missed penalty.
Especially with the certain justification for his protest that he couldn't get a substitute on. There is a protocol for that, and maybe it wasn't properly observed.
I didn't think Zuma was ready. I was looking down Martin, and I know he was angry.
But that's the ultimate thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The assistant will say, "Are you ready?"
No, he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And it happened so quickly. Christensen went down and then around the back.
Was challenged.
Come on, Chelsea!
Here's James. Contact, trying to spark a second half revival. The team from Stamford Bridge having such a wonderful season. Pulisic. Certainly sending out signals that when we all start again in August, that the rivals will be looking closely at them.
I think we could be up there next season. There you
Pre-season
go.
with his squad.
We're trying to break down the City side, we just can't break them down right now.
Yeah, after the European Championship, of course. Here goes Rudiger. Like I stayed down.
Come on, Chelsea!
Tony Rudiger again. These are the kind of positions that Manchester City had Chelsea pinned back in towards the closing stages of the first half. Pulisic. Okay. He's got the speed to match the American. Maybe that's by design that he's in that channel. Can't imagine that he would have been sure that Pulisic would play. There's so many changes in the offing before the team sheets were handed in.
Chelsea doing better, keeping the ball in City's half, which is a big improvement.
Oh! Go on!
Well, here with Marcus
Alonso!
Alonso was coming in from the right. Ake went all the way with
Throw
it.
in!
Noticed
Ah, I
that
was about to corner, but it's a throw in.
Alonso couldn't quite find his man. Chelsea still
Right.
trail.
We just got to keep going.
Still closing in. And confirmation. Here's Werner.
Go on! Go on!
Set up for
Reece
James.
James!
By Mendy.
In the box!
Laqueta.
Oh, lucky, SB!
And use it. Jesus is in possession. He's given it straight away. This is a slightly dodgy spell for Manchester City here.
Pulisic!
Pulisic.
Oh!
Obviously close.
Oh, I think it hit the target! Hit the target!
Team in the darker blue.
And you summed it up. When you get a period like this against Manchester City, you have to capitalise on it. Just gets it works a yard, Pulisic.
Not close, is it?
No.
Maybe the grimace was the, as you say, recognising of the importance of chances at this stage. But Aguero's away here.
Good challenge, good challenge! Good challenge, Rudiger, good challenge! Good challenge, Rudiger, well done.
Aguero stayed down.
Yeah? Don't kick it out for them, they didn't let us have our substitute. They don't let us have our substitution, we don't get the ball out.
Was it substitutes? Pulisic.
That was just power of strength.
This has been lively, involved in both the goal and the penalty that should have led to the second goal. Still not a player guaranteed to be in the biggest of games.
No, I was just thinking that, and you know, even Sergio Aguero leaving doesn't guarantee that he'll be number one on the team sheet every week next season.
Yeah, that's true. It's true, Aguero might not be on the number one on the team sheet wherever he goes. It's not guaranteed it.
Pulisic. Alonso's pushed right forward on that far side. Ziyech. Not a home game for Manchester City, the last one. They have a crowd in. Surely will be presentation day. Gilmore. James away from Mendy. He was blocked off.
Well, we were at that Carabao Cup final where there were a few thousand fans in it, and you think it's not going to make a difference, but it did. It made a big difference, particularly when they grouped them all together and allowed them to get something going.
Well, Chelsea might have something going here. Rodri caught in possession. Pulisic.
Go on, Aspie!
Spilicueta. Ziyech!
Ziyech!
He scores
Come on!
and it's 1-1.
Ziyech! Come on! Come on! Come on!
It was the winner against
Yes!
the semi-final.
Come on! Get in!
Some of
Yes!
the slightly premature smiles of
You ain't winning the title today, Zeke.
City
Come on!
faces.
Well, it might be going a step too far to say it's been coming, but there's no doubt Chelsea have been better and City have been sloppy. Rodri getting dispossessed there. In the last 5 or 10 minutes, Chelsea have had a lot of ball in this area. It's a half chance for Ziyech. There's a couple of Chelsea players that have had chances in that area in the last few minutes, but it's the power and the accuracy. He nearly gets there, Edison, but it's the power that just beats him in the end, right in that bottom corner. Chelsea far better in this second half. A lifeline through that missed penalty by Aguero has boosted them.
It's boosted his chances of being involved with the finals coming around. I suppose Aguero, that's when the Quetta's there first. And Mendy. Slightly dangerous game, but it's 1-1. Melissa. Here's N'Golo Kanté. Drive and determination about Tuchel's team now. I think it was fair to say that it wasn't exactly coming, but they were playing much better.
Yeah.
And as we said when Pulisic skied his chance, it's important to get a goal in that period of play, and they've got a goal. And they might get another one here. Conte sizing up the options in the middle. Stand it up. Collected by Gilmore. Drive into the box before he let fly. It was a chance to hit it earlier.
There's a lot down this right-hand side for Chelsea. I think Ake and Mendy struggling a couple of times, but the ball's been put in behind them. Maurice James is having a growing influence. Kante in this channel as well, and Pulisic doing well.
Points for the top four. Remember, they go third should they win Chelsea here. They have their own incentives.
I think Ake may have to go off. He just looks like it's, it's his first game back, and he really does look like he's starting just to get a little bit leggy. It's understandable.
Gilmore. Check by Jesus on Rudiger. Has gone back to his coaching staff. Sorry, been making a change yet, but he's rueful. He's a perfectionist. It hasn't been perfect.
It's a change of system, but also 9 changes also sometimes brings this type of inconsistent performance. See that second half, Chelsea.
I can understand if he felt that his team against Chelsea at Wembley has changed as well, but that they were leggy from their European exploits that particular week. But, I mean, they don't play again till Friday. Why they felt the need not to start the regular stuff. He can just try and win the league, and then he can rest players over the next couple of weeks. But who am I to second guess Pep Guardiola?
Yeah, I think he trusts his squad. think that he realised that he will win the league and then the changes are coming.
Well, they have to come out now. Here's Gabriel Jesus. Torres. Seen too much of Ferran Torres. It's Ake. Jorginho's going to come on for Chelsea. And the first change is ready. The first change in this period of changes, and we're already on at half time. Laporte. Gabriel Jesus. Sliding back in. Aguero got the ball, was Marcus Alonso.
He did well, Alonso. Sometimes when you're a back five as a left wing back, you might not think you need to tuck in as narrow as that.
Can.
Conte.
Oh, he got a card. Oh, he got a card.
Did something that they had in their mind when they picked the team.
Yeah, deal done before the game, I think.
Sorry about not updating the scoreline. Yeah, boys and girls.
Defending a corner. Not troubled. The counter-attack here. Ziyech. Making good ground himself. Werner. Got plenty of support.
That's a foul. That's a foul. Ref.
City were grateful to Ferran Torres. Found himself in that situation, was quick enough to deal with Werner.
Werner just takes one in the face.
It was Cancelo rather who caught him. So who's going to come off for Manchester City? For the board. Now, this is for Gundogan.
There we go. Oh, baby. Chill. Oh, and sorry about if I've not done anything. It's just because it's had a lot. I've been doing a lot of things, folks. I'm just like.
Sterling. Manchester City the lead. At the end to the first half. Chelsea have been the better side in the second half and haven't equalised the show.
Come on, Chelsea! Come on, boys! Gundogan and Foden are coming on. And off goes. Off goes Sergio Aguero. On comes Phil Foden. Off goes Gundogan. And off goes.
Make sure that the two have departed. They've gone off behind the goal. City trying to put the ball in now. All the changes made.
I think that might be Torres has gone off. Yeah, Torres has gone off for Aguero, gone off, and Gundogan and Foden have both come on. Way!
Very early to Gundogan. First touch of the ball could have put Manchester City back into the lead.
Come on, boys! Chelsea! 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 Chelsea!
Just came at him quickly.
I'm in a good mood. A draw now. I'll be happy. I would take that. At the end of the day, I would be great because it puts us within a little bit of a gap of Leicester. Puts us a point closer to Leicester, or a point behind Leicester. We know that Leicester got a point with Man United next, and we play Arsenal. So you can't get any better than that, can you, folks? Guys, you want to put your question in the chat? I'll happily answer all your questions. Chelsea are playing really well this second half. I can give them their dues.
Both sides going for the win here.
And that's a foul. That's a foul all day long. Straight away. That's a foul. Thank you, ref. Thank you, ref.
Yeah, City should have a better balance with Gundogan and Foden on.
Better balance. That's Gary Neville's talking nonsense as usual.
30 goals from
I'm in a really great mood. If we draw, I think we would be the happier side out of the two. Because also, the 9-Man City, the league title at the end of the day. So it's a great thing all round.
Jorginho. James.
Go on, Reece James. Go on, Reece. Oh, Werner.
Wasn't easy. Others were stretching for it defensively as well.
Get on side, Werner.
He's got Mendy. Reece James down this side.
Reece James got Mendy on toast.
Zuma.
So we have to keep using that side because we know that's the best chance we've got.
Marcus Alonso.
Like getting that ball in from Reece James was inch perfect. But Timo couldn't get a touch into it. The ball was coming at speed, so I can really sympathise for him that why he couldn't get to it in time. But like at the end of the day, you got to be there to finish it, and unfortunately he didn't.
Werner was stretching, but not connecting.
And this is the classic Reece James cross where he just gets that yard, beats Mendy, he fires it across. He's inches away. Those City centre backs, they're struggling with him just to try and put him off.
Sterling. Pulisic using his speed.
Go on, Ziyech.
Taylor maybe a couple of times. Ziyech for
Unlucky.
including Werner and Alonso.
Werner cleared it.
I think he did.
Some header.
Some header that clears it.
I've been proud of that at the back post as a right back.
So a game we covered earlier in the season where he got in the way of a shot as well on the line, I think. Laporte. Manchester City still in a situation where that penalty miss that's crucial to their chances of a massive celebration here at the final whistle. You don't get to be champions in waiting without having something up your sleeve when the chips are down. And it's not like 2012. There are other games.
We did say at half-time the one thing the Aguero penalty miss gave us was a more interesting second half, and that's proven to be the case.
I'll let you explain that to him afterwards.
Come on, Chelsea.
Hudson-Odoi scored Chelsea's goal in that festival of football that Manchester City provided at Stamford Bridge. A very late goal. Past the Manchester City reserve goalkeeper Zach Steffen, who played at Wembley in the semi-final, played at Stamford Bridge, his only Premier League match, Edison's first game against Chelsea this season today. And he hasn't kept a clean sheet. Ziyech, the man who's beaten him.
Well done, ref.
By Nathan Ake.
Substitution for Chelsea.
Tuchel's saying get down this side with
Ziyech.
Shot that drilled past Edison and slow motion. He hit it really well in real time.
Ziyech is off, and Callum Hudson-Odoi is on.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi is actually, when he's been used by Thomas Tuchel, has been as a wing back. James is on, so Hudson-Odoi given an opportunity.
Using alternatives, man.
His earlier career position, if you like, right on the right-hand side. Close to each other here. James puts it in.
Oh!
some touch from Laporte. It really is. The cross is brilliant.
I thought Werner was going to get a touch on that, man. Ah! Unlucky there.
Delivering Laporte just, let's say both of them again. Diaz and Laporte just really tight to Werner.
Chelsea You've had plenty of success in corners this season.
Yeah, I will agree with that in any regards.
Threaten it so
Oh, Zuma again. I thought Zuma was going to get his head onto that again because Zuma's like very...
A fortunate clearance or a brilliant one. Sterling. Now Mendy to stride forward, not for long though, to really dig it out to Gabriel Jesus, who can work away into a shooting position here.
Well done, Rhett. Well done.
A deflection on it.
Well done, Chelsea.
As he went to let fly, he was arrived at his own.
Yeah, he needed it to be Mahrez or Foden coming on that left foot where they're so good. Jesus.
Gilmore's having a good game, man. As a youngster, being put into like a big game like this again, it's good. I like him, man. He's giving like Gilmore a chance. And he's only about like 18, 19 years of age, and he's put into a big game like this. It's like it's going to be amazing playing in a European Cup final, and we're going to be having some of our academy graduates playing. It's going to be amazing feeling. So these are one of our own, and they got us into a cup final. Amazing feeling.
Coming here again, even with a much changed team, not as much change as City's own lineup.
I went mental. My shirt went. Yeah, my shirt went off when I celebrated that goal, and I don't regret it one bit. Because it's emotional. It's sometimes Thomas Tuchel's basically has given me a different release of life within myself for Chelsea, because under Lampard, at the end of it, me and Dad started losing a bit of love for Chelsea at that point, because we were just constantly losing games and it was just getting boring to watch. Now the confidence is all brewing.
Rudiger, Jorginho. Looked offside, but the flag has stayed down. Timo Werner keeps going.
Timo! Oh, fuck's sake! Stay on side, Timo.
Tuchel has to do with Werner because
stay on side, boy.
To be offside. Jorginho's on the ball and he can find him. All he needs to do is just work a yard back. Just work a yard back, bend his run. He's not. He's just stood in there again. Just the final bit well.
The number 11 is on now. There he is.
Oh, it's Kevin De Bruyne's twin. Kevin De Bruyne's twin.
Stop on the left-hand side.
I'm not surprised at that. I think Ake and Mendy were just struggling down this side, and Zinchenko.
It's like crazy, man, crazy. Well done, Asprey.
He's very happy to claim free kicks when he gets a little nudge. When he's the nudger, oh, the world's against him. It goes for so many players.
Finally, someone's speaking out for the rest of us who get annoyed by him. He's admitting the same. Sterling, he goes, I finally like it how he's gone. Even the commentator said, Sterling moans every time he gets it done to him, but then when he does it, he then...
Still going. James to cross it.
Yeah! What? What?
Or is he?
That's offside. That doesn't look offside. Is he offside? That's the question.
I'm absolutely sure. I wonder whether it was the first pass, but I don't think it was this pass. He's onside here. It's this one.
Ah!
That's going to have some lines drawn on it, surely.
Yeah. Just, I think, the knee. I think he is offside.
Oh.
That right knee is ahead of Zinchenko.
We hold our breath. Yeah.
Left shoulder as well as in front of the knee.
It's not to everyone's taste, we know that, but it does bring its own sense of drama in these moments. The offside is confirmed.
Offside again.
We're inside the last 10 minutes at 1-1. Whatever else happens in this game, it's confirmed that the Champions League final will be Splendid occasion, but Sterling's quick here. And the
What a challenge, Zuma! Oh, what a challenge! Kurt Zuma has just shown Raheem Sterling you are no mug. Oh, Kurt Zuma, that is a challenge you would see on a muddy pitch on Sunday League football.
He gets a good block in.
Oh, I love that from Kurt Zuma. Look at that. That's a meaty challenge. A meaty challenge that you've seen back in the days, back in the 70s and 80s, where the pitch was so muddy that you challenges went like that, and you can get away with it. Oh my God, that is so. That challenge, favourite challenge of the season. Raheem Sterling gets absolutely clattered by Kurt Zuma. I love that.
The title confirmed. Still 3 games to play after this. Still so far ahead that it's very unlikely that the greatest respect to Manchester United closest challengers with their hectic schedule.
Oh!
They will keep winning. 3 games in 5 days. You never know.
Okay, well done.
Hudson Odoi. Just wonder, Gary, Chelsea going for the win here, which they clearly are, whether Manchester City might sneak. We saw Sterling sneak in just now. Might just turn what's not been a great second half display from them still into a title-winning result.
It'll almost be against the run of play because it's been a really good second half performance from Chelsea. But you wouldn't put it past City to go and nick one near the death.
That's what champions do. Zinchenko, Gundogan, Ake.
Can't be any prouder of the boys, folks. Can't be any prouder of this team. The players, I can't be any prouder of them at the moment. These players have dug in from deep. They've dug deep in this game, and I can't fault them. Whatever the result is, I can't fault them. Go on, Alonso. Away! Away! I think we would be more happy with this result more than Man City.
Won the Italian title, Juventus. Monday Night Football. We've got Fulham against Burnley. Fulham have to win all their last games, really. All 4 of them. They start against Sean Dyche's Burnley. Tuesday we've got Southampton against Crystal Palace.
What a big game, Southampton against Palace. Chelsea against Arsenal. Come on, the boys. Come on, the boys. And then Aston Villa versus Everton. We got a good week of football. Good week of football.
Crystal Park, they go again. Villa Park.
Thursday, Man United, Liverpool.
Manchester United against Liverpool. I'm out of breath talking about them.
There's so many. There's so many games. It's unreal. Including the games that are on BT Sport as well.
Here's Hudson Odoi. Reece James. Rudiger. Pulisic.
Ah.
City take advantage of that.
Don't.
With Sterling.
Don't.
And with Gundogan. There's a glory-seeking goal here for somebody.
Oh.
Not quite for Phil Foden.
Lucky.
Really darting run across the face of the goal.
He did. Raheem Sterling just pushes Gundogan a little bit wider and allows Phil Foden then to get into the box. And sometimes when you see this type of chance, it's usually missed at the near post because the angle's so tight. But he gets to sweep on it. Just not enough.
Taking the handbrake off. Now's the time. 5 minutes to go. So we want to done as quickly as possible. Did win a title.
Come on, boys!
West Bromwich Albion won at Old Trafford. Allegedly was on the golf course. Not sure what his plans are for tomorrow. If they don't win, down to the next Manchester United game, which we've got for you. Aston Villa. It's come off. Rudiger. Gundogan.
Well blocked.
Knock back. Quick reaction from Gabriel Jesus.
Come on, Chelsea.
James. onside. Laporte has to wait. And Jockey, buy a bit of time. That's the third run offside. This is Pulisic. Now Jorginho. Gilmore. A bit quiet for Chelsea, but they've picked it up again. Now we're having 5 players out of the game momentarily, but Gundogan's been held up well. That's good play by Jorginho. Chelsea a little bit more back in their shape. Foden. Sterling setting off. And he's got away from Kurt Zuma and makes another challenge. Anthony Taylor.
I don't think Kurt Zuma did anything. I don't think Kurt Zuma did anything wrong.
Sterling just stops and lets Zuma run into it, but it looked clumsy. Maybe he didn't touch him.
Yeah, because look, if you see there, Sterling actually stops. Sterling actually stops. Sterling stops. So he's basically wanting Zuma to touch him. He's cheat. Cheat.
Waiting for him.
He's a cheat.
Still being checked.
Sterling's a cheat.
He's short.
Sterling's a cheat. In my eyes, Sterling's a cheat.
Would be a certain appropriate nature. Well, that's not going to happen. Let's say if the title was won by a VAR call. Mind you, Manchester City in penalties. Who knows?
Woo!
Here's Alonso.
Marcos! Oh! Imagine if Marcos Alonso scored from that. That would be crazy.
Got his fingertips to it.
He's going mad, Pep Guardiola.
No pen.
Again after.
No pen.
Better view of it. I think he'll have some sympathy with the officials, and then he nearly sees his team.
Look at that.
If Alonso just takes a touch, he's got Werner in the middle, maybe with a tap in, and he goes for it early for the chip. And this is the.
It's a good idea, but it's a bit. I don't think he touched him.
You've seen him given.
I don't see him. I don't see it.
Well, he's got all the hallmarks of a penalty. It's there, that maybe that left knee into the backside of Raheem Sterling.
Werner to the cross goal. Jorginho.
Oh, if we won this now, it'll piss off. Just to piss off Pep. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Oh, but we've already pissed off Pep already. So, I'm happy. I'm happy as anyway.
And here's Foden. James is very quick. Foden knows that from their England time together.
Well done, Mendy.
Swept up, but City want to restart quickly. Chelsea a little bit out of shape.
Well done, Gilmore.
Taylor might have blown there.
Well done, Gilmore.
Gosh, we're into the 90th minute.
One thing I will say, if you want the someone who's also as fast as Kante, his name is Billy Gilmore. His name is Billy Gilmore, who's also. Just imagine the next Kante just being a different nationality. Billy Gilmore. That's debatable. That's a foul all day long. You catched him straight away on the eye on the knee.
You used to do that one when you were younger. Leg him up.
That's true. Leg him up. I remember that from my time playing football. And he goes, "You leg him up," but I used to be a striker, so you'd be used to getting legged up all the time. Speed. If I was a lot fitter like this, I think I would be a lot better footballer. I think in stuff like that. 'Cause I was a bit of a fat git at school.
Chelsea showing it again.
We're 3 minutes away from doing something I never thought we would actually do. Get a draw at the Etihad. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's still hope. There's still hope. Go on. Ah. It was a rubbish cutback at the end of the day. Onto the boys down there.
Only momentarily.
But City ain't gonna kick it out because we don't kick it out for them. It's tit for tat, man.
It's incredible how much talent both of these teams have in forward areas. Werner, Abraham.
Yeah, if Werner stayed bloody on side, we would have won this game.
Ziyech and City. Let's go through theirs. Brilliant depth.
But the argument will be that they'll want to buy, they want to buy, but they, from the outside it looks as though they do need a new...
Chelsea! 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 Chelsea!
That looked like a foul. Wasn't given.
I think it was outside, and if it was...
See you going in quite the records on certain challenges.
It took the goal really to ignite the game from Raheem Sterling, and the nature of it really was slightly comical. Then a very comical penalty, which would have put Manchester City in pole position to end the afternoon stroke evening as champions. Hudson-Odoi, it's a lovely pass for Timo Werner.
Go on!
Cuts it back.
Yes!
And there-
Yeah! Come on! Marcos Alonso! Come on! The impossible has been reached! Hurrah!
Against Manchester City again.
Marcos Alonso! Fucking love you! Come on!
Penalty has been costly.
Come on!
But Chelsea have
Come on!
the second half
Thomas Tuchel, I fucking love you!
and stormed the victory.
Come on!
Well, disappointing. Manchester
Come
City
on!
is more of a comma in the season than a full stop. But for Chelsea,
I'm actually
second
crying,
half,
man.
he'll be-
Come on!
He's experienced enough to cope with it, but he'll be gutted.
Get in!
All happened around him just before half-time. Pep Guardiola is still going on about
Get
the penalty.
in!
Raheem Sterling from the Zuma challenge, but it's this right-hand side that's cost Pep Guardiola and his team in the second half. They've been torn apart down here. That little bit of a shift from Werner. Laporte thinks he's going to turn back, but he doesn't. He just goes again. It happens, and then he just gets that ball across. Both of them in the end, I'm not quite sure which one it comes off. Is it Alonso? But it's the fact that it's not a true strike that means that it goes past Edison, because he just scoops up and fools the goalkeeper. But they've been better the second half. He'll know that, Pep Guardiola. Chelsea, fantastic.
Well, there's going to be no celebrations at the final whistle here. The late show on this particular day at the Etihad has come from Chelsea Football Club. Zinchenko. Here's Laporte. They have had some troubles here. I called it a fortress. It hasn't been quite that, has it? Leeds won here recently. Manchester United won here.
I mean, the game should have been out of sight at half-time, Martin, but for Manchester City, for most of this game, they haven't been themselves. The system's been awkward. The lack of midfield has been awkward.
Well, the champions in waiting kept waiting as Chelsea put down a massive marker for the Champions League final, as they've already done in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Another huge step up for Thomas Tuchel's side, well, towards a top four finish. 3 vital points. That's probably the main reason for celebrating for Chelsea, because they want qualification for next season Champions League before the clubs meet again in 3 weeks' time. City next at Newcastle next Friday, but Manchester United played 3 times before then, and effectively have to win all 3 to keep the title race alive until that game. Today's 3 points go to Chelsea, who go 3rd in the table, and they've come from behind to do it. City missed a penalty, they go 2-0 up. Thomas Tuchel was furious just before half-time. He's almost delirious at the final whistle. Manchester City 1, Chelsea 2.
Well, the champagne is on ice for Manchester City. An opportunity to win the Premier League title has passed them by, but Chelsea, who they face in 3 weeks' time in the Champions League final, take all 3 points to go 3rd in the Premier League table. Clearly the team spirit alive and well in Chelsea between Thomas Tuchel and his squad. And they move into 3rd place. They are 6 points clear of West Ham, who are in action tomorrow. Remember, Liverpool in action later on this evening. Tottenham have already lost today, and an opportunity for Liverpool then to go into 6th place later on. Manchester City then stay on 80 points. It means that they are still 3 points away from winning the Premier League title. Well, the Red Ribbons will stay on the trophy until after the final game of the season, but there was an opportunity for Manchester City to clinch the title. We will get Micah's thoughts, and we will get Jamie's thoughts very shortly, but it all started so well for Manchester City, going a goal up in this game, but a missed penalty from Sergio Aguero gave Chelsea a chance to get back in it. And that's exactly what they did.
You'll never stop this thing. I'll never let you go.
Sky Cinema. With so many amazing movies this May, there'll always be something for you.
Every week, I act like I'm too drunk. What are you doing? I'm a nice guy.
Whoever you were before, that's over.
To do what I do, I need some idea of the threat we face.
We're trying to prevent World War III.
It's never fought us. Not us united.
Enjoy the biggest range of the best movies on Sky Cinema.
9 years since an emphatic 8-shot win, Rory McIlroy returns to Kiowa Island in search of another PGA Championship on Sky Sports Golf.
As the ball goes out of play, it looks like on the sidelines Marcus Rashford is getting ready to be their first change today. Just getting final checks from the physio by the looks of it.
And he'll be looking to make an impact from the bench, most definitely.
It doesn't happen often. But when it does, when passion meets relentlessness, when intention meets craftsmanship, when all
Sorry
of this
about that,
comes
folks. I'm
together,
going to finish off the stream now. Sorry about that.
something truly progressive. And we've never needed progress.
Sorry about that. I want to get this bit sorted so we can end the vlog, the end the stream in a good way. Marcos Alonso, you are a hero in my eyes now. The Candyman can! The serious one can! Yeah, if I get copyright for that, I don't get a jot. Because that's a happy song and I'm happy. Oh, Marcos Alonso! Oh, Marcos Alonso! Full time! Chelsea 2. Here we go. Chelsea 2. Manchester City 1. We have beaten the team at the Etihad. And woo! In a minute. Right. Like, subscribe to the bell notification when I do a post. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Chelsea versus Arsenal. Or maybe you might have some extra ones because there's a full week of football ahead of us. So you might get a couple of live streams this week.